Okay, folks, we've got breaking news out of New York City this hour. Musician Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Combs was arrested last night in Manhattan. The 54-year-old is facing a number of lawsuits alleging sexual and physical abuse. U.S. Homeland Security is also investigating Combs for sex trafficking. CBC's Marianne Domain joins us now in studio with the latest on this. Really troubling. What are you learning, Marianne?
Yeah, and this is all still developing because we heard from Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer in Manhattan earlier this morning saying that his client is cooperating with this investigation. But as you heard Natasha just say, this arrest just happened last night in New York. In fact, this image here shows him in a restaurant taken just a few days before he was arrested. His lawyer saying also today outside of that courthouse that Combs has been in New York for the past 2 weeks, expecting this to happen. What we were expecting to happen this morning when we were first covering this several hours ago is that this indictment would be unsealed, because initially there wasn't a lot of detail about what kind of charges he could be facing. But now we know it's been unsealed and he's been indicted on federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Those charges are coming just 6 months after Homeland Security raided his homes. I'll get into that a little bit in just a few moments, because that is just part of the bigger picture here and all of the legal troubles Combs has been facing. But going back to his lawyer, he said that his client is maintaining his innocence. Here's more on what he had to say.
Not a lot of defendants do that. He came to New York to basically engage the court system and start the case, and it'll start today. And he's going to plead not guilty, obviously. He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers. And I expect a long battle with a good result for Mr. Combs.
Do you think he'll be released?
I'm going to fight like hell to get him released, and he should be released with all that he's done and coming here voluntarily.
Combs is a Grammy Award-winning music mogul. He has been credited with launching the careers of a long list of major stars, including Notorious B.I.G., even Mary J. Blige. He also had his own clothing line, Sean John Clothing, and so many other accolades, including a key to New York City, which he was recently asked to return because of all of the legal troubles he's found himself in. But again, Natasha, this is developing. We are waiting for more details to come out of that court that's in Manhattan this morning.
And Combs has been facing a mounting number of legal troubles in the lead up to this specific situation. Take us through that.
Yeah, so I touched on that briefly. That was just 6 months ago when Homeland Security was raiding his homes, not only in Los Angeles, but also in Miami. These images here taken from his home in Los Angeles. That investigation was linked to a sex trafficking investigation. And now here we are months later, and he's dealing with these federal charges. We are waiting to find out what the connection here is. But in total, we know that Combs is now the focus of 10 lawsuits, 9 of which are specifically accusing him of sex-related offenses. We know just most recently, Dawn Richard, she was a singer who was a member of Danity Kane. That's a group that Combs helped launch in the early 2000s. She has accused him of sexual battery, sexual harassment, and false imprisonment. And we also know that most famously or infamously, CNN issued that or released that surveillance video from a hotel in LA. That was in 2016. This is a screenshot from that where Combs is seen attacking his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who was also a singer at the time. And both Danity Kane, which is what Dawn Richard was a part of, and Cassie Ventura were represented by Combs' music label Bad Boy. So much to take in here, so much to break down, and so much developing this morning. And of course, we're going to keep an eye on whatever comes out of that courthouse in Manhattan.
Okay, thank you, Marianne.
You're welcome.